What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, another T20 World Cup semi-final review, and guess what? Australia is through to the goddamn final. We are through to the goddamn final. I never would have predicted it. In fact, in my prediction video, I did predict that we would make it to the final against India. But again, that was just purely because that's the result I wanted. But hey, we beat Pakistan. Just Matthew Wade saves the day. This little cheeky bugger right here saves the day. What a head. I mean, what a man. What a bloke. What a time to do something great for your country. And he's done exactly that. Build the man a statue. I mean, shit. You know, condolences to Pakistan. I mean, they played an incredible tournament. No one can deny that. They played an incredible tournament. Just unfortunately, you know, that's the good thing about T20 cricket is that anything can goddamn happen on the game day. That's the best thing about the T20 format. Player of the match, Matthew Wade, of course, 41 not out off 17. And if I do sound kind of like congested and, you know, you hear me sniffling or you hear me like sounding like shit, you know, I got really bad allergies, like really, really bad. And I can barely breathe at the moment. I can't breathe through my nose. So, you know, if I sound like absolute shit, you know what? If I sound more like shit than usual, then, you know. But, hey, let's jump straight into it. Pakistan into bat first. Now, look, of course, you win the toss. It's always a good indication of who's going to win the match. We won the toss. We chose to field. We win the match. Hopefully, against New Zealand, we win the toss and we field. But, hey, they made the most of their chances, did Pakistan. Mohammad Rizwan, 67 off 52. He was great. Babar Azam was great until an amazing catch out in the deep from David Warner. Zampa bowled great, I thought. Rizwan, yeah, he really did bat incredibly well. Fakhar Zaman, incredible last over from him. You know, really to put them in from 162 to 176. A really great last over from the man Fakhar Zaman. Asif Ali going for a golden duck. Shoaib Malik going for one. And Hafiz not out 1 off 1. So, look, you know, as much as, you know, if I'm being honest, as soon as I saw Pakistan, you know, they were playing incredibly well. Rizwan, Azam, Zaman. Normally in a T20 match, if all three of these guys make, let's say, 40 plus, you don't win a T20 match when all of these guys put on big runs. We really came from the clouds in this one. The bowlers, M. Stark, 2 for 38 off 4. Hoff Hazelwood, none for 49 off 4. Look, it wasn't his day. But again, he's a world-class bowler. It's okay. We love him. None for 20 off 3 for G. Maxi. Look, decent. Provides that second spinning option, so I don't mind it. Big Camo, 1 for 30 off 4. Zampa bowled great, 1 for 22 off 4. 5.50 economy. He is now officially the leading wicket taker of the T20 World Cup, I believe. So, you know, it obviously depends what he does in the final. I don't think any New Zealand players are behind him. So, he's probably going to win the most wickets. So, you know, he does get a lot of doubt, does the big Zorba. And he's proved a lot of people wrong, I think, this tournament. M. Marsh, none for 11 off 1. Wasn't a great one over, if I'm being honest. Alright, let's jump straight onto the Aussie team, where all the goddamn magic happened. Now, before we jump into the scorecard, I do have to say a massive thank you to all of the other country nations that were supporting the Aussie boys, especially India. Now, obviously, India is the most goddamn cricket nation, crazy nation on the goddamn planet. But as soon as Australia won, they were lighting off firecrackers, fireworks, and were celebrating like Australians in you know, their own streets, in their own towns. Just a little clap for all you guys. You know, if you were up, you know, if you were watching the Australian game, if you were behind the Aussies, you were supporting, if you were in spirit, going for the Australians, thank you all, because you know what? I know all these guys right here would appreciate more support. I mean, did you look at the stadium? It was filled with nothing but Pakistan supporters. And you know, these boys, they know the support is back home. And there was a lot of support across the nation, especially in India. So thank you to everyone who is supporting. But the job is not done. I know that a lot of people love New Zealand, but you've got to stick with the Aussies. Do it for my sake. If you want me to be happy, go for the Aussies. But hey, let's jump into the scorecard. David Warner, 49 off 30. 3 fours, 3 sixes. Classic David Warner innings. Of course, didn't get his half century, but who really cares? I mean, it would have been nice to see David, you know, go on and make some more runs, but 49 still a great innings. Finch, Plum, he was gone. Great delivery from Shaheen Afridi, gone for a golden duck. It was a great delivery. Finch didn't even bother, you know, thinking about reviewing it. He was Plum. Speaking of reviews, David Warner was given out when he wasn't out. Like, we all watched the Ultra Edge. There was no goddamn spike at all, so I didn't get that one, but whatever. Mitchell Marsh, 28 off 22. Again, the big bison. You know, he played well for his 28. Again, we just needed someone in this sort of area to go on and really put on, you know, big runs. Because it did. I'm not going to lie. Around here, I was like, fuck, we are not going to win. You know, Marsh went out. Smith and Maxwell gone for 5 and 7 respectfully. And when that happened, I was like, oh, yeah, no, this is out. I was like, fuck, you know, like Pakistan are going to win. And I'm like, you know, we've put in a good fight, but I was like, you know, this is the difference between a really good team and a good team. And, oh, I was already upset. I was already ready to post tweets about congratulations, Pakistan. And then out of nowhere, the Hulkstein and the big Matthew Wade just put on one of the best T20 lower order partnerships in Australian history. Marcus Stoinis, 40 off 31. And Matthew Wade. Matty Wade. Remember the name. 41 off 17. I mean, everyone knows who Matty Wade is. He's about 42 at this point. And he's been around for centuries. But, what an innings. What a time to play your best ever, probably his best ever T20 knock in Australian colours. Now, I think Matthew Wade's best moment in Australian colours would be retaining the Ashes. And in the first test against England, I believe it was in the Ashes 2019, he made a century. So I would probably say that was his best moment. He's also made a very good ODI century. I can't remember when it was, but that was quite a good. It was like 2015, I think it was. But, hey, this is right up there for Matthew Wade. One of his best career moments. And Stoinis, you know, Stoinis is not going to get much of the credit. But 40 off 31, 2 fours, 2 sixes. Really played incredible cricket early. And then as soon as Matty Wade came in, played the anchor role. Just made sure he got Wade on strike. Wade had the hot hand. He was just smacking everything. He was getting out of his crease, sweep shotting it, paddle shots, but he over the bowler's head for 6. I mean, I haven't seen him do anything like it. We've seen Matthew Wade do this sort of stuff in the Big Bash League. But really on international T20 levels, haven't really seen him do that. And he proved that, gee, he can do it, and he's still got it. So, you know, credit to these two. The Hulk, love you. Wadey, love you. Love you both. You've just absolutely given Australians a reason to smile today. The bowlers, I mean, I don't really care. Shaheen Afridi, good wicket. And Shadab Khan actually bowled really well. 4 for 26 off 4. Yeah, he bowled great, really. I mean, Smith, Maxwell, Warner, which wasn't out, and Marsh. I mean, you get most of the top 4 out. That's a big day. And he was probably Pakistan's best player in hindsight. Or maybe Rizwan. Yeah. Or Zaman, really. But, hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. Aussies are into the goddamn final. Where is the final? Where is it? Alrighty, the final. Here it is. It's going to start at 1 a.m. my time, which I already knew that was going to be the case. Annoying, but, you know, that's what happens. I imagine it's played in Dubai. Yep, I love that Dubai stadium when it's like it's just turning into nighttime. It is so beautiful to watch cricket there. The pitch looks good. The stadium looks good. Hopefully, if you are in Dubai, please pack out the stadium. I do not want to be watching a T20 World Cup final with no one in the fucking stands. That would be the worst case scenario. Now, I understand in Dubai, there has been a lot of Pakistan and a lot of Indian support. If you are in Dubai, I don't care who you support, get down there and just watch a T20 World Cup final in your own backyard. This is probably not really going to happen again, that you're going to be able to watch a T20 World Cup of two of the greatest cricketing nations of all time in your home city. So please go down there and watch it if you're in Dubai, or at least in the UAE if you can travel. I don't know. But I do know that this game, so Devon Conway, obviously he's an opener, right, for New Zealand, been ruled out with a thumb injury, I believe. So I guess that plays into Australia's favour. But with the way Daryl Mitchell was batting, he really no problems. Williamson, Guptill, Neesham. Yeah, so Conway ruled out. Who comes in? Does a Tim Seifert maybe replace him? I'm really curious to see what way they actually go, the Kiwis. But hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. Australia is through to the T20 World Cup final. We will officially have a new World Cup T20 champion. Neither of these teams have won a T20 World Cup. So no matter what happens, we get a new champion. And as an Australian, it is an absolute honour to be playing against the Kiwis. I love the Kiwis. They would say the same back. But let's go Aussies. We have to win this. Do it for the country. Do it for me. Do it for me. No, do it for all of Australia, because we need this. Please, God, just please, win us this trophy. Win us this trophy and I will probably cry. Not even going to lie. I will probably cry if we win. If we lose, well, I'll probably cry as well. So, hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go the goddamn Aussies, and I'll see you guys in the next one.